Hi, welcome to another video. Today I want to share with you an exercise that helps me get unstuck with writing or with the creative process. So recently I shared a simple exercise to help you start writing. And it's basically writing whatever comes up to your mind first so you can declutter the mental space. I'm going to leave the link of the article below. So sometimes you feel, or you might feel, that even writing anything or starting with anything is an impossible task and you're in complete avoidance. The mental chatter gets noisy and the emotional turmoil seems unbearable. And the writing and creative journey takes you straight in front of your fears. So today I'm going to share with you another exercise, the one that helps me move through the quote-unquote block. You'll see that it's not a block, it's just something your body needs. So a couple of months ago, I found myself in stuck mode and nothing seemed to be good enough. Even hundreds of ideas, they were all banned by my brain as insufficient. Self-judgment was on fire, and I don't know how I got there, but as a subconscious reprogramming specialist, I have lots of different tools that I use to get myself unstuck. And one of them is EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique. It helps release stress from your nervous system, and there's tons of different guided scripts here on YouTube. And I found one script about the creative process, and in it, the woman guiding said this thing that really touched me, like in my heart. She said, "This journey makes me feel vulnerable and kind of scared." And just hearing that, just admitting it, made me cry. That made me connect with what I was actually feeling. And then I exhale in relief, because that was it. It's always that. The inner struggle with the uncomfortable feelings. Because trying to be strong or push through never works for me. Because it disconnects me from my actual essence and creativity. And my aliveness comes from that place. So this exercise helps me go back to myself. So if you're stuck in your head, there's a good chance that a part of you is afraid of reconnecting with your body, because that's where you actually feel things. And sometimes we're just afraid of our own feelings. So EFT helps you because you stimulate certain points on the body while acknowledging what's there. And even if you don't buy into, the energy or energetic explanation, it still works because it focuses your mind and moves the internal noise around. It reconnects you. So I have an adaptation of this exercise, so I'm not going to give you the full EFT tapping recipe. And I'm going to give you a line that you can use today to get yourself unstuck. This is how I do it. You can put a hand on your chest. Then you can take a deep breath in and say these words aloud. Even if I'm not consistent with my writing or with this creative process, I choose to love and accept myself. And if saying that feels like too much, you can go with, I choose to accept this emotion. And then take a deep breath and see how it feels. Because even if you think this is kind of bullshit, believe me, your mind will try to fight and not feel the emotions, but your body is wiser. And you can add as many things as you feel or think in this moment and acknowledge them without judging them. For example, you can say, even if I feel so bad at writing, I choose to accept this emotion. Even if I feel like I'm never going to be able to finish this project, I choose to accept this emotion, or I choose to love and accept myself. The more honest you are, the better. Let it all out. And again, you take a deep breath and see how it feels. You're just acknowledging all of those emotions and you're choosing to stay with them. You're not running away from them. You're staying with whatever it is that you feel. And it doesn't mean you have to like it. It just means you stop resisting it. And that signals safety to your nervous system. For me, simply admitting I felt vulnerable and scared in the process, instead of trying to think my way out of it or make everything perfect, took a huge weight off my shoulders. I realized I had been fighting my emotions without even noticing. But the moment you acknowledge your feelings, the fear, the vulnerability, and let your body know it's safe, everything softens. You breathe again and reconnect with the creative part of you, the sensitive one, the one that actually writes or creates. So, if you're stuck with your writing or with your creative process, your emotions might be running the show, and you might not even realize it. You end up stuck in your head, obsessing over the how, or avoiding writing because now you hate it. But you and I both know that's not true. You love writing or you love creating. So it just gets harder when you disconnect from your feelings and you're in judgment mode. And that's when your creativity freezes. Ideas dry up and nothing feels satisfying. So reconnecting opens the channel again and the words come back. And once you do this, you might not be able to stop writing. Really, when I do this simple process, I just sometimes I cry. I acknowledge what I was feeling. And then ideas start pouring in and I have this energy for just start writing, start taking action and sharing the idea and posting and publishing the thing. So it's really, really simple. Again, just to do a brief recap. You put a hand on your chest. I do that because it really helps me connect with my feelings and with my body, get out of my head and into my body. And I say, even if I feel like I'm bad at writing or all the ideas feel like crap or whatever, you can even say, you know what, the harsh things that your inner critic is saying. You can say, even if I'm not enough or I'm not good enough writer, I just love and accept myself. And I choose to accept this emotion because that doesn't make it true. It's just something that your mind is doing. It's just like a survival strategy. So when you acknowledge all of that, and even though all of that is going on your head, but you choose to stay, you choose to accept the emotion. You're not running away from it. You're not analyzing or overthinking. You put a hand in your heart and you start acknowledging all of this. And you will feel this relief, this like, oh my God, I was fighting with this uncomfortable feelings. I didn't want it to feel these feelings because if I feel them, they might be true. And that's not the truth. It's just allowing ourselves to feel our feelings, the uncomfortable ones. Just acknowledge them. We don't have to do anything more than just be there. And then they can move through our body. And then we have this precious gift that it's reconnecting with ourselves, with our body, with our sensitivity. And not only connecting with the uncomfortable feelings, but also with the ones that feel really good. Also with the creativity, with the ideas, with the calm excitement about, wow, I like this idea, with the curiosity, with the, just this joy of sharing and creating, and also like this energy of being willing to put yourself out there, even if it's not perfect. Remember, if you're trying to make it all super perfect, super right, it's just a survival strategy. It's just this feeling of, oh, it's not going to be good enough. I have to make it perfect. I don't want to put myself out there and be ridiculous. And that prevents us from just taking the step, from just taking the action and then improving. And this exercise helps you just release a little bit of that, not taking it that seriously. Allow yourself to have fun, to try new ideas, to make mistakes or not be perfect, and then keep creating. So you can do this exercise anytime that you feel stuck. Sometimes I feel like, I don't know. And I'm like, I know, I have to go back to that exercise because it's going to get me unstuck really, really fast. And then I kind of like feel like I'm not able to stop writing or creating. Okay, so that's all for today. Let me know if you try the exercise, what was your experience, or if you have any questions about it. And thank you so much for listening. If you like this content, you can leave a comment, you can share, you can subscribe. You have all the options. So thank you so much for listening, and remember to keep it simple, have fun, and stay inspired. Bye.